Hi everybody, it's Joe Cioffi. Welcome. It's Saturday evening. This is Holy Saturday, the Easter Vigil, which is usually a very big night in the Catholic tradition and in some Italian traditions. Just keeping it kind of simple tonight. So we're going to, given the circumstances, because usually in past years this would be time that we would be prepping for Mass, which would be at 8 o'clock, but that's not happening, obviously. But we're going to make some dinner tonight, and it's going to be just something easy and light. Tonight we're going to do chicken thighs in a cast iron skillet with some string beans. Very easy, and as I've said, especially for you guys who don't really like to cook, if you could just get some granulated garlic, paprika, pepper, salt, kosher salt, you're going to be okay. You can make just about anything you want. A little extra virgin olive oil or regular olive oil, and you're all set. So we're going to start tonight with the chicken thighs. I picked them up today when went food shopping with masks on. And this is a little fattier than, well, a lot fattier than the chicken breast. But it's dark meat, and it's just a little bit of a different flavor to it. I actually prefer the dark meat over the white meat, but nonetheless, good. We're just gonna work with these boneless chicken thighs tonight, and it's very easy. I'm going to season them with the granulated garlic. And whenever I put on these seasonings, I always tend to be very, very generous with them, with the seasoning, because a lot of times what happens is when you put it in the frying pan, or if you put them in the oven, whatever you happen to be cooking, it winds up, a lot of it winds up just kind of burning off. So you want to get those flavors in there. By the way, if you have access to it, because I forgot to get some, but if you want to add rosemary or sage to this, by all means, go right ahead. The only thing I would caution you if you do use rosemary is that it does tend to be, if you use too much of it, it tends to be soapy. And I got to get my coarse kosher salt, of course, and I use the coarse salt. It breaks down the meat a little bit, tenderizes it, and it also, you wind up actually using less salt doing it this way. So this pretty much is it with regards to how you season it. So I'm going to heat up my cast iron skillet on high, and going to just put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in the pan. You really don't have to put a lot, because the heat of the heating of the pan will spread that oil out all the way around. And I do this just so that you don't wind up having the chicken stick when it starts grilling. Meanwhile, I'm going to heat up also a second pan here, as we are going to make some quick and easy string beans. And since I've got the olive oil out today rather than the curry butter, but I usually use a little bit of curry butter rather than the olive oil, but again, just a little dab of olive oil on the bottom. And this is also very, very easy. I just kind of spread it around the bottom of the pan as it heats up. I'm going to toss my string beans in here. And put a little bit of granulated garlic on there, give it a little extra flavor. And what I'm going to do is put a top on this. I like to cook this with the top on. Oops, the wrong size. Oh, silly me. I've already taken it out. Okay, so I'm going to cook it. I'm going to put the top on that. That's going to sit for a little while. And with the cast iron skillet, when you start to see smoke coming out of the pan, this is where your oil is hot enough. You want to get that oil nice and hot and the pan nice and hot so that when you put the chicken in there, it's going to cook relatively quickly. And these chicken thighs actually cook very fast. They're ready in about 5 minutes or so. And let's see, I guess we could go ahead. Yep. It's doing that sizzling thing. We'll get those started. And you just want to cook them thoroughly. And when I like to get them where they're, they're brown, very brown on both sides. And that's it. And then you're all set to go. We've got a salad already pre-made, which is very easy to do. So that's what we're doing tonight. It's chicken thighs with some string beans and